There is a large gender difference. The lifetime prevalence in males is 0.5%, whereas in females it's 1.5%. This is a consequence of sociocultural theory, where socialization agents, like the media, spread specific messages reflecting our culture's ideologies, like a thin but sexually attractive body for females. They create ideals that are virtually impossible. Objectification theory asserts that Western culture socializes females to see themselves as objects evaluated based on their appearance. There's this 1998 swimsuit study where males and females either wore swimsuits or sweaters and did activities like eating cookies and taking math tests. The females in the swimsuit condition ate less cookies and did worse on the math test than those in the sweater condition, showing that self-objectification increased body shame and can actually interfere with cognitive functioning.
Wow, that's incredible. Also, many people think that those with eating disorders are super thin and emaciated. But I've learned that you don't need to have a low BMI to be malnourished, which is a symptom requirement of eating disorders. The amount of weight lost and how fast you lose it are more important in determining malnutrition severity than just looking at weight or BMI. A person with a lot of muscle mass can have a BMI that's in the overweight range, even though they're clearly not overweight.
Yeah, no matter what socioeconomic class you are, you can have an eating disorder. Socialized messages can come from peers, parents, and the media. Peers have a lot of influence in schools, a lot in an indirect way by social reinforcement, ostracism, and modeling.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that a lot lately. All my friends want to wear these crop tops to show off their super thin stomachs, which I'm not comfortable with. They all do this thing called fat talk, where they call themselves so fat even though most are underweight. I really don't like how fat talk encourages the cultural norm that we should be dissatisfied with our bodies.
Exactly. Parents also have a lot of influence at home since they aren't the main source of dieting for their kids. And don't even get me started on the media. Research has shown that exposure to and use of media has consistently been linked to disordered eating through mediators like internalization of the thin ideal and appearance comparison. Cultures that were not previously exposed to Western media influences did not desire to be thin until they were consistently exposed to Western media, like in the case of Fiji.
Oh yeah, right, Fiji. Hey, let me ask you a question. How many body systems do you think are affected by eating disorders?
So I guess the stomach, your blood, and then your brain will probably be affected. So I'll go 3.
Nope, they actually affect every organ system of the body. Malnutrition is very serious because it means your entire body, so your heart, fluids and electrolytes, brain, gastrointestinal system, musculoskeletal system, lungs, skin, head, neck, even your reproductive system are not getting the nutrients they need to function properly. What do you think is the most common cause of death in eating disorders?
So like lack of nutrients, like you said, so starvation?
Not quite. Cardiac arrest is the first most common cause of death, and suicide is the second most common cause of death. It's sad, but approximately 10% of those diagnosed with eating disorders die, giving it the highest mortality rate of any psychiatric illness.
Wow, that is sad. I mean, there's got to be something positive though, right? I'm seriously worried for my friend now.
Well, actually, it might not be known, but more than 50% of those diagnosed with AN and BN recover because most of the problems in all those body systems are actually reversible unless malnutrition occurs during critical stages of development. Complications that are irreversible include height stunting, pubertal arrest, and decreased bone density.
Well, that's a little reassuring, I guess.
Yeah, there are many treatments for those reversible symptoms. Dieting can help many symptoms recover on its own. There are also cognitive treatments to help address the thinking that those afflicted with these disorders display.
Yeah, and I know that if it becomes severe enough, like if the heart rate or blood pressure is too low, or the person's systems are extremely abnormal, that those with these disorders can be admitted into a hospital where they'll be monitored.
Exactly. No matter what, they have a strong support system around them. For example, patients with anorexia can be treated with short-term intensive family therapy or temperament-based treatments.
That's good to know. I'm going to go call my friend now and make sure she's okay.
Created using Powtoon.